What's going on, everyone? We got some quick Lakers news, some exciting news. We got some new signings. They're non-guaranteed signings and just training camp signings and likely players that won't make the team, but you never know. We signed Matt Ryan from the Indianapolis Colts. Not that Matt Ryan. The Matt Ryan from the Boston Celtics. The Matt Ryan is a former Boston Celtics. He not really anything crazy to stand out. You know, he's not a guy that's going to jump out to you on the paper. He's averaged like 3 points for his career. Most of his career was with the affiliate team, the main team with the Boston Celtics. But he's a 6'7" body, 215 pounds. So he's got some size to him. 25 years old, so sticks to the youth movement. If I'm being honest, I think he's just a guy that's just going to come in and just help with training camp, help with, getting guys ready. That's very likely what it is. I think he just ends up getting waived. And personally, I would rather go with Cole Swider than Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, he's not really great defensively. He can shoot, but he has been pretty hot and cold from what I've seen. A guy that can come in and, maybe he gets some run, maybe he gets some minutes. I don't see him taking our last roster spot. I still don't think the Lakers are going to sign anybody. If I'm being honest, I still think they just leave that 15th spot open unless, like a Jay Crowder or something like that. Or maybe if Rudy Gay gets bought out, something along those lines, then maybe they would bring one of those guys in. I don't think they're going to bring in one of these guys that, played 5 minutes total on an NBA team and is just not really doing much. I mean, he may be a guy that they bring on to, their affiliate and try to bring him within the system and things like that. I mean, he is young, but I would rather, if you were going to choose between Matt Ryan and, say, a Cole Swider, I'd rather go with Cole Swider just because he's a guy, he's got more size at 6'9". He's a better shooter than Matt Ryan. I just think you get more overall than what you'd get with Matt Ryan. So I think that this is nothing more than a non-guaranteed training camp deal. I don't think anything is going to come of this. But the other one that is eyeing a training camp deal is Dwayne Bacon. Now, the Lakers worked him out a while ago. It'd be nice to have Bacon and Ham on the same team, and maybe it'd be a deadly combination. But all jokes aside, Dwayne Bacon, another guy, 6'7", plays shooting guard, plays small forward, big body. He is solid defensively. He does have some defensive prowess, but he's not very good shooting. And that's a big problem. Dwayne Bacon is kind of, I said it in the video where I broke down these guys when they were doing the showcase, the tryouts for the team. And my big thing was that, he's 27, so he's still young, 6'7", 221 pounds. He's got good size, everything like that. But shooting-wise, he's a career 40% shooter. I mean, not from three, just in general. He's a 40% career shooter. He's like 31% or something like that, 32% from three. So he's not very good from three-point range. He's not very good shooting from the field regardless. And I just don't think that that's a guy that you can bring in and hope that he makes an impact. I really don't. He did have 1 year where he shot like 43%, but he only took like 17 attempts or something crazy, something small like that. It was just a small sample size. But for his career, he's a 28%. Just under 29%. He's had a 25% year, a 28% year, and a 28% year. So he's a shooting guard that can't shoot. And I think that that's a big problem. Again, I think it's just a camp invite guy. Defensively, maybe you could get that. Maybe he improved his three-point shooting. I mean, obviously the Lakers must have liked what they saw, because if they didn't like what they saw, I don't think they would have brought him in for a training camp deal. So I think that they at least think like, hey, this guy could have potential to earn a roster spot. And maybe he does. At least he's a guy that has NBA experience and has played games. He's actually, played for the Charlotte Hornets and played sample size minutes and is a guy that was a part of the rotation for some time. But there's a reason these guys don't have deals. There's a reason teams aren't lining up to sign these guys, and why they're just strictly training camp invites. That doesn't mean that these guys can't make the team. That doesn't mean that they can't have a good showcasing or a good, show out and actually get a position. But I think ideally it's just to help facilitate training camp, help let guys get deals, maybe evaluate them for the future, maybe let them kind of, get taken under and work for the G League team, stuff like that. Like, that's what I think this is. Again, Bacon gives you better defense, but I would rather go Cole Swider again. It's just my personal preference. Maybe I'm biased because I really like Cole Swider, but bigger body, 6'9". Yes, he was terrible defensively in Summer League, but the hope is that he's young enough. You bring him in the system. He can shoot much. He's going to shoot much better than Bacon and Ryan. So I don't think that that's going to be a question or that's going to be an issue. So my whole thing is that if he's going to shoot better, he's going to play better, this, that, and the other, like, you might as well go with Swider. But I don't see any of these guys making the team. I don't think these are signings that are exciting signings. I don't think this is something that's like, oh, maybe this guy will make the team. I know some people have wanted Bacon. Like, they've asked, when I talked about it, they were like, should the Lakers sign him? This and that. I just don't think so. I really don't. Unless we get some really good news from training camp, which is always a possibility. Maybe we hear some news that, Dwayne Bacon is a solid and this, that, and the other. Maybe he could be our Stanley Johnson, from last year and kind of come in and just be high energy, play, hang his hat on the defensive end. He's got size, which is good. I do like that. But I think the Lakers would be better off just kind of waiting it out, seeing who gets bought out, and seeing if because like I said, I really think it's a huge possibility that a guy like Rudy Gay could get bought out. I really do. I think you look at the Utah Jazz, they're not going to waive their young guys because it makes no sense. Rudy Gay, he might not even play if he stays on the team, so he might want to get bought out, and they have to unload guys. So who else do you unload? I think Rudy Gay is a guy that they could unload, and if they unload him, then I wouldn't be against the Lakers signing him because at least it's a veteran, and I really want a veteran wing. I know a lot of people are like, we don't want older guys, blah, 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 but look, you need veteran presence. Who would you rather have guarding Kawhi Leonard? Some 22-year-old kid that is in way over his head, or an NBA veteran that matches up size-wise and has guarded him 100 times? Like, you're not going to stop him, but you want to try to at least slow him down. And right now, the only way we're going to stop the big wings in the NBA is just by committee, where you just throw in bodies and kind of wearing them down. Problem is, that works better in a playoff series over 7 games than it does on just an 82-game season, and you play them 4 times, and it's just like, that becomes a problem, where I think if you could get a guy like Rudy Gay, you're not asking him to come in and play 40 minutes. You're asking him to come in, play 10 to 15 minutes a night, just be solid. Now, Dwayne Bacon, he's a guy, he does have a 6'10 wingspan, and he is bigger than Walker, because Walker, he has a 6'10 wingspan too, but Bacon is just a bigger body, and that is what we need. We do need bigger bodies, but I mean, he would be our worst three-point shooter on our team. He's close to Westbrook territory, which says a lot for your shooting guard small forward. There's a reason he's not getting picked up by a bunch of teams with his size and his defense and just everything with it. So I don't think any of these guys do anything. I don't think any of these guys make the team. I think that this is just training camp invites. I think the Lakers either leave the spot open for the buyout market come February, or if somebody gets bought out this time in the next week or so before the season begins, especially like the Utah Jazz, because the Utah Jazz have a couple guys that they need to buy out, and I don't think they're going to buy out some of their young guys. I think Rudy Gay makes a lot of sense. I mean, they could buy out like a Stanley Johnson, which we can't sign Stanley Johnson, which sucks, but I think ultimately I think it's a huge possibility that they end up waiving Rudy Gay. I think Rudy Gay might even want out. There's already questions about locker room drama and stuff like that with him, and him just not getting along with the team. So I'd rather the Lakers just be patient and see what happens, and then bring on Bacon or Matt Ryan. I don't think Matt Ryan really has a chance, period. Again, if you're going to bring Matt Ryan on, I'd rather you go the Swider route. I'd rather you go the Swider route over Bacon also. Yeah, we could really use the defense, but I think we need shooting more than we need the defense. I think we'll be fine defensively with the team we already have. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think either of these guys make the team? You think it's just training camp? Do you think the Lakers should be patient? Yeah, wait, see if you can get a Rudy Gay or somebody along those lines. Or do you think, no, like, sign one of these guys? Do you think one of these guys has a real chance to make the team? How do you feel about it? Whatever you think, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below.